Hello and welcome to the More Cheese Less Whiskers podcast. My name is Dean Jackson, and today we're talking with Aaron Lester, all the way from the Philippines. And Aaron helps personal trainers who work with people virtually, remotely. And one of the things that we had a great conversation about is the idea of building your prototype. In order to scale something, you have to have a proof element. You have to have the root of it. You have to have what I call the scale ready algorithm. And so much of the frustration that I see people experiencing with scaling is that they haven't taken the time to get something scale ready. And often that's about just over-investing, time-wise, energy-wise, resource-wise, in figuring out your protocol, figuring out the best things that work for one of your ideal audience, whether it's personal trainers, chiropractors, agencies, whoever you choose as a target market. It's about getting the core right and then being able to scale from there. And often, once you get something that is scale ready, you may find that it could be even centrally managed, and you could offer an entirely different service where you just deliver the result of your before unit to people who just want to be personal trainers or just want to be chiropractors or coaches or dentists or whatever it is. So much opportunity all stems from your ability to crack this idea of getting the scale ready algorithm right. And that's kind of what we talk about in this. That's the essence of it. That's what I want you to get out of this. And, I think that you will enjoy this episode. Aaron Lester.
Hi, Dean. How are you?
I'm good. Or is it
Awesome. Aaron, yeah.
Okay. Did you see that? Have you seen that Key and Peele sketch about when he's a teacher and he's mispronouncing all the names? Aaron. Is what he's pronouncing the way your name is spelled. Funny.
Yeah. Saw that one.
So, okay. Here we are. We got the whole hour to hatch some evil schemes. So, what's the Aaron Lester story, and where are we going to jump off here?
Yep. So, first of all is I'm a freelancer for almost 2 years. And by the way, I'm from the beautiful land of Philippines.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
Yeah. So being a freelancer for almost 2 years and been at the same time being employed as well into 9-to-5 job. And in that span of time, been getting not really consistent client because I'm also focusing on my 9-to-5 job. And so that's it. And right now, I actually just started or created a new offer, which I'm going to really work on and start to market on my target niche. And by the way, my niche is actually for fitness trainers, where I'll help them help them create an offer, and it's like a 4-pillar type of offer. Like first is crafting and packaging an offer. Second is build them like a sales funnel for their lead generation, and third one is more of a organic client acquisition, and the last one is more of a scaling, something like that. So this offer is still new because I just went from a training from different, coaches as well. So I applied all of those learning and then created a package where I could really, market to my own target niche.
Okay. Perfect.
So, yeah, right now my main challenge here is, since this is a new offer and I don't have any like case study or success stories that I could tell to my prospects, it's very difficult to, to position yourself as someone who has already proven system for them. So that's what I'm going to,
So what
talk
is
to you about.
this is where you always start. So you start at the beginning. And so you've got skills and you've got a hypothesis. You've got an idea that you can generate leads for fitness, for studios or trainers, or who specifically?
Online trainers or coaches.
Online trainers. Okay. And so that would be for people who are exclusively working with people remotely, or for local trainers who are marketing online. I just want to make sure we're getting the right vocabulary here.
Yeah, so this is for online or coaches who are working remotely.
Okay, so they work with people wherever. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
They've got a broad area. Okay.
Right.
And what is your hypothesis? What is it that you think that if I'm one of those people, I'm a trainer and I want to work with people online, what do you think you can do for me?
Yeah. So first of all is I noticed that based on my research, most of the coaches are actually charging low ticket, and they are actually complaining about it. So the first thing that I will do for them is to help them like package an offer, like from A to Z, like how they get the results for the client from A to Z, so that when they present it to their, to their prospects or to their clients, it's really high certainty, and they could price it at high ticket, probably at 3K to 5K in 12 weeks to 6 months type of coaching. So that's the first thing that I'll do. And the second one, since I've also have experience in terms of building sales funnels, I also help them build the funnel for them. Like they can just install the funnel on their social media's account, and then they'll do it organically. And then every time that there are visitors, and once they see the the offer or the free lead magnet, something like that, they can just click on, and then they'll generate leads on autopilot without them, And then the third one is more of a client acquisition, like organic, although it's not yet something that I can, do for them. I'm still trying to research some of the ways, but also help them with organic, because the sequence here is organic first to validate the offer, and then we'll do it using paid ads. For example, if they have acquired 3 to 4 clients and the offer is completely validated, we run paid ads, something like that.
And that's interesting. So it seems like, we always go kind of the other way of because it's more predictable and quick to validate through paid. And then if it's working, to then take the time to build out organic, because organic is a little more unpredictable, right? And slow build.
Yeah.
When you say organic, I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. What is it that you're talking about when you say organic?
So it's basically like getting clients using their social media accounts.
Okay, so with their own audience, to make sure that they've got something that people want. Okay, I thought you were talking about SEO and stuff like that, but that's not it.
Also
Okay.
in Facebook groups as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of this hinges then, I mean, the marketing is only going to be, as effective as the ability to get the result for people. So what is it that what's the result that somebody would be willing to pay $3,000 to $5,000 for?
So the result that I could deliver is to like help them realize that they are undercharging their service, because
no, I'm talking about now. You have to, in order for you, this is where it gets tricky now, right? Like your number one thing, in order to be valuable to your avatar, we'll call them that, right? Your client, in order to be a hero to the online trainers, you have to then take on this role of understanding their avatar. Who is it that they're going to be attracting, right? You got two pieces of this here. And if you can focus on one of them, if you can get them in front of and engaged with people who are willing to pay $3,000 to $5,000 for an online trainer for 90 days to 6 months, that's the only part of the equation that matters at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can't do that, then there's then that's going to be a problem, right? So you have to begin with who's the sponsor of all of this. And when I say sponsor, is where's the money coming from? Who's exchanging money for this service that you are packaging up, right? And so that is going to come down to the result that you're able to generate. So who are the people who are willing to pay $3,000 to $5,000 for an online program?
Based on my research, actually, most of the trainers or coaches targets like entrepreneurs, like they are high performing entrepreneurs, but they somehow forget to take care of their health.
Okay.
So those people would absolutely pay coaches like $3,000 to $5,000 for their coaching programs.
Okay. And so what are they going to get? What's the outcome that they're getting for this $3,000 to $5,000? What are they cheerfully saying that's totally worth it? I'm going to pay the $5,000, and what is the outcome that they're getting?
So we are like talking here the client.
Yeah.
I mean my prospect. So
not your prospect, for your prospect's prospect, because the whole thing is the only way to make your client, you're not even at the point where you can think about your client, because you've got to think about their client. You've got to be their advocate. What you're essentially saying is you need to seek out people who have a skill or an ability to get somebody a result that would be worth $3,000 to $5,000 for them,
Yeah.
right? So when you look at that, that's a that's the job of work that you have to go on. It's not worth trying to convince trainers yet. You need to be able to find one trainer that would be kind of your ideal, somebody who preferably is already working with people at that $3,000 to $5,000 level, so that you can bring them people who are looking for that,
Mm.
Because you need to be able to get your part of the thing is that your skill, your opportunity is to be the before unit for these online trainers, right? So
Right.
you want to get as close as you can to being a vending machine for them.
Right.
Meaning you can deliver to them predictably people who want to sign up for a $3,000 to $5,000 program, and you can do it at a price that they would cheerfully pay. So if you look at it, that if somebody gets, let's call it $3,000 for a 90-day program to start with somebody, how much would the trainer cheerfully pay if you just handed them somebody like that?
Okay, gotcha. So it's like I'm delivering the clients to their door already.
Yes. Well, it's like you're getting involved with somebody like that. What typically happens is anybody who's doing services for an hourly rate, or for, where they're the deliverer of the service, or they're manufacturing something in their kitchen and selling it direct to consumer. The challenge that they have is that they often have not got their delivery down so that they have a margin to bring in a wholesaler. So for instance, if I've been selling my widgets direct to consumer with a 50% margin, and I want to maintain that 50% margin, then I can't now afford to I can't sell them to you as a retailer with enough margin for you to make it worthwhile and for me to make my money, right? So typically there has to be that margin built into it. So often when people are pricing their programs or their services, they're taking, the number of hours it's going to take me to do it, and the cost of the materials that I'm going to use, and this is how much I want to make per hour, and that's the price.
Gotcha.
But now, if I need to now pay out of that $3,000, I need to have some of that go towards finding people, right? Can I buy new clients? Have I priced that in?
Right.
Have you had any of these conversations with with them, like to see how much they're used to spending to get new clients?
Most of them actually don't spend money.
Right.
I think probably 60 to 70% relies on referrals and even like social media accounts, but not really focusing their effort on marketing. Like if there's someone who is interested, they'll get it. But it's not really like a total focus to market like any other coaches are doing that are like earning 50K to 100K per month. Yeah.
So that's the thing is, your job one has to be to figure out how to do it at a price that's acceptable for them, right? Because ultimately there's two extra costs that are going to come into this is the actual cost of the advertising and your cost for the IP, for the idea, for the execution of it. That's really what it comes down to is you've got to have that priced in there that your idea has value, that we're going to run these ads. The execution of the ads has some value, and the cost, the audience getting in front, distribution of your message has some cost to it too, right? So you need to just kind of figure that out.
Gotcha.
But more importantly, you're at the point right now where you need to figure out the messaging. And so let's take these, because this is part of it, right? Is target profit activator number one is to select a single target market.
Right.
And so if you're saying high performance entrepreneurs, you want to understand what is that, right? Is there a difference between when you say a high performance entrepreneur, the vision that I have of what you're talking about is somebody who's already healthy and fit and kind of knows the value of the mind-body connection kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But are you talking about another type of someone who has neglected that and is paying the price for it now?
So I think there are two types of high performance entrepreneurs or business owners. So the first one is those entrepreneurs or business owners who are actually doing well in their business, but in terms of health, like from 1 to 10, they'll rate it at probably 3 to 5.
Okay.
And they want to get to at least 9 or 10.
Okay,
and the
great.
second one is entrepreneurs or business owners who are doing well in their business. They're healthy, but they want to like improve their physique.
Yeah.
Like they're at 7 or 8, but they want to get to 10.
Yes.
Something like that.
Uh-huh. Okay. And that's part of the messaging now, right? Because you would speak to those people differently. I wonder my thought is always to think about what would be the most value that somebody could do. Like when you think about this type of training, what would that involve? What would somebody who's, what would I be paying $3,000 for a 90-day program? What would I be getting for that?
Mm-hmm. So it's 3 things. First is they they have as well the mindset coaching.
Yeah.
I think that's in terms of the way you handle your health, your physique. And second one is the fitness training, like
Mm-hmm.
the actual workouts
Mm-hmm.
based on their body, something like that. And the
Mm-hmm.
last one is nutrition, like
Mm-hmm.
meal preps or meal plans according to what they are trying to achieve, if they're
Uh-huh.
losing weight or gaining muscle. So
Mm-hmm.
three three things.
Yeah. So the mindset, the workouts, and the meal plans.
Yeah, nutrition.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And when you look at it, that um, the how many times am I? How am I physically working out with them? What does that involve?
Some
Is this something where you're coaching them and telling them, here's what you need to do to work out, or are they working out with them in real time?
Yeah. So I think 50-50, because
Mm.
there are some trainers and coaches who are doing it like live session,
Yeah.
like a Zoom session. But there are also coaches who are doing it like automated. They're using a software to deliver the workouts, the the meal plans, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they are doing lives sessions and also automated session.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is automated.
Got it. And so you look at these, I wonder, when you start to think about what would motivate someone to do that, are there certain things where, if somebody's a pre-diabetic or just got diagnosed diabetic, with diabetes, that somebody would be pretty motivated to, if they knew they could do it with diet and exercise, nutrition, exercise, mindset, that they could reverse their diabetes in 90 days.
Mhm.
That might be something. Like I always look for what's the highest stakes here. Like what would be the thing that you could get where you can point to the outcome. Or if somebody is like where they're significant weight loss, or if I look at all the flavors, if I look at selecting a single target market, the ones we've described have basically been sort of psychographic things
Mhm. Yeah.
more than anything. It just doesn't make a difference that they're entrepreneurs. They could be a teacher. They could be anything, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing inherently different about the body or the way an entrepreneur versus a teacher or someone retired. Um, so I start going through this Rolodex in my mind of this cascade of who would be potential target audiences that we could do that for. Like I start to play around with that and think, okay, somebody who has been recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, to turn that around, or someone who just had a bypass surgery, or someone who just had a stent and said, if you don't turn around, you may need to have a bypass surgery, or somebody who has a significant amount of weight to lose, or all kinds of different things. Somebody who's got a mobility issue, or just start to think about who would have because high stakes problems often come with high ticket solutions, you know?
Yeah. So I think the like the results that the coaches could deliver to their client
Yeah.
is like the um having more energy. Like
Mm-hmm.
they are not motivated to do their business or to do to do their jobs or their work
Yeah.
because they lack motivation
Yeah.
and they lack energy as well, and
I
that's
like that.
because of their health issues. Probably they are overweight, and
Yeah.
that caused them to lose some energy,
Yeah.
which eventually um, like affect the business, so or affect how they work. So it's
Yeah.
more of an energy, restore that energy, and then perform the way they should be. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something that I can think of that they could really help their
Yeah.
target markets.
I like it. And you start to think that there's an opportunity for, when people are with energy, as an example, that there's, an opportunity to have some kind of energy audit or assessment at the beginning and see the, um, increase the energy, that they feel and assess themselves as this is great energy now,
Yeah.
at the end, like in 90 days, that you can have a definite, because part of the thing of when you're working with somebody to improve something, we've got to have a way um, to establish what the baseline is, So, and one of the ways that we sort of quantify qualitative things is with a scorecard. If you can identify the elements that go with something,
Yeah.
like when I look at our the way we do our profit activator scorecard, part of the thing that we do is the scorecard is all a self-assessment of where you stand on each of the 8 profit activators. So we look at, people can identify, and the 4 basic categories are that they're failing in this one, or they are frustrated in it, that they're trying, but they want to do better. They feel like they're winning, meaning it's okay. But then the 4th column is that they're transforming. I'm really doing amazing with this category.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at it, that if you take the 8 elements of energy, then it might be, what would they be? Sleep might be one, right?
Yeah.
Then you look at your nutrition, you look at the workouts, what you were just talking about, you look at your strength, your vigor, whatever you look at those things for people to say, yeah, these are the areas I'm struggling. And then to be able to go through a 90-day program and come out the other end of it transformed. That would be a great win, right? If you can identify and articulate where people see themselves, where they are.
Yeah. So I think that also relates to how I actually created my offer. It's
Uh-huh.
actually like a sequential type of solving the problem.
Okay.
So the first one on my case is the offer.
Mm-hmm.
Since for me, the main reason why trainers or coaches are like burning out because they charge less but they work more. So first thing that I want to fix for them is first make an offer or package an offer in a way that they could sell it at high ticket with of course with high level of certainty in for their clients or for their prospects. And the second one is the sales process or the sales funnel, because I noticed that they don't have like predictable means or ways of getting clients online. So that's why I have that as the second pillar of my offer. And the third one is the client acquisition, more of an organic acquisition, because again, most of them relies on referrals or like social media. So I also included that pillar. And the last one is scaling, because for example, on my case, it's like a 6 weeks type of done for you and coaching program. So whenever we reach his or her goal in that 6 weeks, we cannot just stay on that level. We need to, set new goals and achieve it. And that's the exact time that we could run paid ads whenever they have budget. And I think it's also the same as the way they solve or the way they help their clients. Most of them would start from energy. They need to solve first the motivation part of the client, and then probably the second thing that they are going to solve is they don't know how to or what to eat, like that is going to help them lose weight or gain muscle. The third one that I could think is type of workouts that they should do for them to achieve this type of results. And probably the last one that they could offer is the maintenance and sustainability. Like after 90 days, after they work with that coach, they'll go back to their initial state. And trainers should also include on their program where the client should also sustain and maintain that one forever if possible. So that's how I created an offer, like solving problem in a sequential order. That's why I can think that it's really, you can package it the right way and you can sell it at high ticket, because you are solving the problems in a sequential order with high certainty.
That's great. And you'd have to really be able to do that in a group or efficiently too, right? Because the constraint that you're going to run into is their ability to do it. I mean, they're going to run into capacity, right, for the number of people they can work with.
That's right. So I think for those people who are, like doing the automated thing, they can just make some tweaks and adjustment on their program to make it, look that way, like they are solving the problem in sequential order. And for those trainers who are doing live session, I think that's a good start for them. But in the long run, they could still like leverage some software for them to deliver their services in the automated process. And which is something that I can't really help them, because that's in terms of fitness, like or business coach already. So what I am doing here is only the before unit.
Yes,
of their
exactly.
business. Yeah.
And how much are you? Um, what do you see? How do you see this playing out for you into what you can charge and how you would get paid for this?
So it's also one of my challenges as well that I want
Uh-huh.
to get your insights, because I'm planning to do it like a combination of done for you and then coaching. The done for
Mm-hmm.
you thing is the second pillar. Like I will build their sales funnel, because absolutely they don't know how to do it. But
Right.
the rest of the pillars, like the offer packaging, the client acquisition, I
Mm-hmm.
can do it coaching, like calls or live calls,
Mm-hmm.
like one on one. So that's the first, like, business model that I am planning to.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is,
But
should I?
are you looking at this as a business that is going to show them and coach them how to do this themselves? Or are you going to forget about showing them how to do it and just provide this as a service for them?
Yeah,
Because you were saying
that's the
about,
second one.
but the done for you and coaching, what is the coaching about how to replace you from the done for you portion, or coaching on how to maximize what you get from what you're doing for them?
It's coaching them to maximize the
Uh-huh.
results, because if I take a look on my own part, doing done for you service is something that is not really scalable, unless
Mm-hmm.
unless I'll hire people. That
Right.
is why it came into my mind to also do the combination of done
Mm-hmm.
for you
Mm-hmm.
and coaching
Mm-hmm.
in the initial stage of my offer. But I think as time goes by, as I acquire clients, I could record some videos on how to do everything, something like that. But to
Mm-hmm.
start, I am planning to do it a combination of done for you
Mm-hmm.
and coaching, or it's totally done for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
It
where
seems like
I'm trying to weigh.
that seems like
Yeah.
there's a much more appetite and more control for you in the done for you,
Hmm.
you know, especially with the efficiencies that, especially when you start thinking about creating, cracking the code and creating the, I call it the algorithm, but the process, the business process that you do to then outsource that portion of it. Now, it's interesting as a Filipino living in the Philippines, where do Philippines people outsource it to? we,
Our
because
old
you're,
colleague.
it's so funny, isn't it? I mean, you just go
Yeah.
down the street, I guess, right?
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I have also, like, networks of freelancers that I can work with.
Yeah.
I think hiring or you know creating a team to do that,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a
Mm-hmm.
challenge. But right now I'm still starting, so I wanted to do at least the efficient way.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty funny actually. I mean, so yeah, that's really where you're at. I think you're on track. You just need to kind of build it all out and prove your hypotheses, but make sure that you're doing it in a way that it's going to be more efficient and more
Mhm.
predictable to produce the result for client number two and client number three, right? You're over investing in client number one, because you've got to use them as your, what we call your N of one study. You've got to be able to use it as your proof element,
Yeah.
And part of the training and stuff can really just be about documenting it. So documenting what you're doing, because that becomes education in itself, enough that people say, oh, can you do that for me? Definitely that's what I want,
Right, exactly. That's what I'm also, planning that as I deliver the service to the clients, I'll also document the entire process.
Yes.
That sooner or later, when I build the team, I could just, train them according to what I was doing, something like that. It's like the syndication, as what you mentioned
That's
on
what
your
it is. That's exactly
podcast.
That's what I mean about selecting, something that that the audience, the work that you're doing to help this one trainer is modular enough that you can take that same, what you did, and deliver that for 20 trainers,
Yeah, correct.
Well, that's exciting. Where geographically are you, are the trainers that you're hoping to work with?
US, UK, and some are from Australia and Canada.
Yeah, all the English places, right?
Yeah,
the big five, as they say, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good size market. That should be 500 million people, probably, right?
Right.
Yeah. And they all need. There's lots of opportunity there. So I think that the fastest thing for you. Do you have a trainer in mind right now?
I actually have like a couple, but we're still like in the profit activator number 3. And we're still, trying to educate and motivate. And that's what I'm also trying to ask you here, if how can I apply the mindset 3 when I am just doing like an outbound or outreach type of client acquisition?
Well, it can all happen fairly quickly. I mean, all of these can happen in one phone call. Like you've picked somebody, you've reached out to them, you're educating them about what you're doing, and you make an offer. That's Profit Activator 4, right? So that could be, all of those could happen at one time. It's just that, what do you need to say to them to make your offer? And it shouldn't be any more than, because it's almost like you're going to do all the initial work. There's not going to be any money. But if you were to say to someone, can you handle some new personal training clients? I'm working on a new program that we're going to deliver this audience, this person. Would you be able to work with people like that? Do you have time to do that? That's really going to be the first thing, because some people may be fully at capacity. I don't have a chance to eat or to work out myself. I'm with clients every day, all day.
Gotcha.
That's not your person, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the birthday emails that you
Yes.
talk about.
Yeah.
Like, do you offer something like that?
Yes. That's exactly it. That's what you need to find out is who are the people. Do they work with these kinds of people? Do they get results? And do they have time to work with new people right now?
Hmm.
And would they be willing to pay you if you deliver them,
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Like that's really the thing. As much as you can productize what it is that you're doing in a way that is predictable, like a um, you're delivering a um, ready to go client to them, and the money that they're bringing is enough to cover the cost of the advertising, the cost of the IP, your ideas, the cost of the execution, and the amount of money that the trainer wants to make for the 12 weeks. You know,
Gotcha.
that's the
Would that
formula.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, will that also like work in a like combination of done for you and coaching? Because I'm not really the one who is going to bring the the client for them.
Uh
Like,
huh.
I'm gonna install my system on their own program, and
Yep.
then they'll run it, and I'm
Well,
just
no matter
there
what,
to do
the
some work.
system, you've got to have it. This is why having one person to work with to establish it and document it is
Hmm.
is so important because you don't even know what you're capable of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know if you are able to deliver it for
Mm.
or how much it would cost you to deliver somebody. And that's where you're going to figure all this out.
Gotcha.
But if you do the math on it, you look at those and you start to say, what is this, um, you know, what is it going to cost us to deliver somebody?
Got it.
I think that would help.
What you're saying is like get first at least one trainer, and then deliver the service, and then document everything.
Yeah, because now they've got to have a um, they've got to get the result.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, and that way you don't know you're going to know how easy is it to actually deliver the result. The first time you do anything, it's going to take the most amount of time and cost the
Right.
most amount of money.
Got it.
Yeah. And that's a big thing, like when you look at it too, and that's different than, it's a different approach that way than working with a local trainer,
Right.
because that way at least you know that you just need to do everything you can to get that person in reality five
Mm.
mile famous. They need to be famous in a 5 mile radius because that's about how
Yeah.
far people are going to go to work out.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing what can happen, when you really start narrowing the focus to, because the problem with online is that it opens you up to well, we could work with anybody anywhere. So they want to expand. They have this expansive thinking, right? Where you're thinking,
Right.
well, that way I can work with anybody anywhere.
Exactly.
Even you, to that extent, saying we were with people anywhere in the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. You think that feels like, well, all we need is a little piece of a bigger pie, right? But if you were to artificially constrain yourself to the South Island of New Zealand, that constraint gives you the opportunity to, have a deeper communication with the potential clients on the South Island of New Zealand,
Yeah. Makes
Even
sense.
if the trainers are going to work with people, online, even being online, but also local that would be the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's really, I always say, you've heard me say it on the podcast for sure, that the difference is, do you want to convince 100% of the people 10% of the way, or do you want to convince 10% of the people 100% of the way?
I'll go to the second one.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Gotcha.
But that's the basis of syndication, is you get it down to the smallest constraint. And I think if you imagine those 5 countries spread out with, let's go 10-mile radiuses. How many 10-mile radiuses are there that you could, syndicate a personal trainer program to be the personal trainer for this 10-mile radius? That's an exciting puzzle to solve.
Yeah.
I like that.
If they are like doing locally or face to face.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Well, they can do the thing about that. What they could do if they're doing the training online, virtually, there's some, whatever the good things about that are, the efficiency, the however you sell it as the right thing, but it also involves some nutrition and the other things. It could be that now you've got resources for them locally to have, go to Sam the butcher because he makes these cuts of meat specifically for the portions that we use. Or, what I mean? You can introduce people into that whole team there about making them that 10-mile famous,
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. All very exciting.
Yep. Just doing my notes here.
Yeah. What's your
Thank you.
What's your take here? So it's that hour went quick. But what's your take from how did everything land? What we talked about?
Yeah. So my main takeaway here is to focus first on at least one trainer.
Yeah.
Deliver the service, get them the result as much as possible,
Yeah.
and then document everything so that on the next client you can just easily get them the results with some optimization, something like that, based on the what happened on the first client.
Yes.
Yep.
I like it. This is good. Clarity.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Yeah, clarity.
Well, that was fun, Aaron. Thanks for playing. That was good. So let me know
Thanks,
how
Dean.
that all works out. I want to get the updates as we go along.
Absolutely. I'll get in touch.
Okay.
Thank
Perfect.
you, Dean. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And there we have it. Another great episode. Thanks for listening in. If you want to continue the conversation, we'll go deeper in how the 8 profit activators can apply to your business. 2 things you can do. Right now, you can go to morecheeselesswhiskers.com and you can download a copy of the More Cheese Less Whiskers book, and you can listen to the back episodes, of course, if you're just listening here on iTunes. Secondly, the thing that we talk about in applying all of the 8 profit activators are part of the breakthrough DNA process. And you can download a book and a scorecard and watch a video all about the 8 profit activators at breakthroughdna.com. And that's a great place to start the journey in applying this scientific approach to growing your business. That's really the way we think about Breakthrough DNA, as an operating system that you can overlay on your existing business and immediately look for insights there. So that's it for this week. Have a great week, and we will be back next time with another episode of More Cheese, Less Whiskers.